going on, guys? Jake back in for another YouTube video. Today we're down at SSi Harbor to take a look at a 19-foot Chaparral SSi outboard rigged with a 115 Yamaha 4-stroke. So real quick, we're gonna go over a couple things, then we'll get you guys out on the water to take a look at this bad boy going down the river. And yeah, Jimmy's gonna tell you a little bit more about it, so we'll jump right into it.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're down here at A Dock at SSi Harbor today, and we're gonna take a look at this 2020 Chaparral 19 SSi outboard. I'm gonna climb on and show you some of the features of the boat, and then we're gonna go ahead and run the boat, and you can see some action shots. This is a really great performing and handling boat. We'll go ahead and climb on and show you some of the features inside. One thing right off the bat I like about this series, and the 21 and 23 SSi do the same thing, but this cushion lifts up so you can board the boat without stepping on your cushion. So you can see when you remove the two cushions, you can step right down in. Makes boarding nice and easy, and you don't have to sit on your cushions. Alright, so just from standing on this boat, to me it feels like a big 19-footer. Its actual length overall is 20 foot 1 inches when you include the molded in fiberglass swim platform back there. So it's on the bigger side of 19. This boat also has a 7.6 beam, which makes it feel pretty roomy inside for being just a 19-20 foot boat. Up at the bow, we have seating for about 3 to 4 people, depending on the size. Up here, you have some storage underneath these cushions. So if we lift them up, you can see some storage down in there. We'll do the same thing on the port side. Lift it up, you can see some of the storage. And it has molded in non-skid throughout the whole boat, diamond plated non-skid, which is really nice. A lot of the other boats in its class from competitors don't have that, and that's one thing that makes Chaparral stand out. If you can kind of get close up here, you can see the diamond plated non-skid throughout the whole boat. It's so nice. Then it has the Chaparral logo stamped into the ski locker hatch. Alright, so I've kind of shown you the bow. You have wraparound bolster cushions on port, starboard, and center of the boat, which make it extra comfortable if you're trying to kick back and lean back into the seats in the bow. You also have grab rails up here on each side, which is important for your passengers. If the driver's running through some rough water, they can hold on to those for extra security. Come to the back. I'll shut this windshield here. One thing I like about these boats, it's really nice about bow riders, you can shut this windshield and actually leave your bow cover on, and you can go out a little bit later in the season up here, even on a colder day when it's at 45, 50 degrees. If you're still really eager to get out, if it's a sunny day, not too windy, shut this windshield, put your bow cover on, and in these seats you'll barely feel any wind with this windshield shut, because this windshield just push all the air above you. So it's a pretty warm ride later in the year if it's a nice day. Alright, so looking at the helm area of this boat, it's pretty simple. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the key on and show you the Yamaha gauges, and also show you the depth finder on the dash. You can see the gauges booting up there. So on this left gauge, we have our tachometer, and our engine's off right now. And we also have the outboard trim gauge here, and then it has a built-in hour meter. So you can always see how many hours you have on it, which is important for keeping track of service intervals. Over on this side, you have a speedometer, and we're not moving right now, but that's where our speed will register. We have our current fuel burn, so it tells us our gallons per hour. Motor's not running, but it would tell us right there. And we have a fuel gauge on the side. This boat has a 32-gallon fuel tank in it, and it's very fuel efficient, so you can go further than you think on 32 gallons. Down here in the center, you have a circular depth finder, which will tell you your depths, which is always handy. And you have some accessories here. You've got a horn, nav and anchor light, manual bilge pump turn on, your depth finder switch, and courtesy light switch there, as well as an accessory switch. This boat also comes with a Clarion stereo system with Bluetooth built in. It's located underneath this glove box hatch here, and the speakers are on port and starboard side. There's 2 speakers in the boat. So one of the nicest things about this boat, even though it's on the smaller side, when you're standing in it and just looking at it up close, the fit and finish on these Chaparral boats is incredible. They really excel in that area. And up close at everything, the upholstery is flawless. There's no rough spots in the fiberglass, no blemishes in the fiberglass. So I want to show you guys how much storage this little boat has. So the first place I'll show you is in the floor here. It's a ski locker. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up. You can get your camera down in there. It's very big. I think you could even store a wakeboard in there with the boots and bindings on it. So you have plenty of storage. If you're not into water sports, you can just keep your life vest, dock lines, a boat pole, anchor light, anything like that, safety gear down in the ski locker. But I'll also open up this back hatch here and show you some of the storage down in the bilge. You can see how clean it is in here. On an IO boat, this is where your motor would be, but since they powered this with an outboard, you have so much storage in here. Underneath this middle compartment here, you have a built-in cooler. So I'll go ahead and open that up so you can take a look. Keep your drinks there on a hot day and throw a bag of ice in there and you'll be good for the day. On the starboard side here, you also have a battery switch. The boat has a single battery, but you can turn it on and off right here on the switch. We can see we have it on right now. Another feature I'd like to show you is how this seat converts into a lounge. You lift it up and you have this little groove in the back of the seat. So then you lift this hatch and it sets in there like that. And now you have a sun pad area here. You can kick back and tan and... Alright, so not sure if you can tell or not, but this motor back here, the Yamaha 115, it's actually running right now, believe it or not. This motor is so quiet you can barely even tell. That's one thing I like about this SSi Outboard series. I actually think it's a little bit quieter than its IO brothers and sisters. And then you have a built-in swim ladder back here underneath this hatch for all your swimming needs. That goes down. You also have a bimini top up here. We're not going to open it right now, but it's very easy. You just take this cover off, pull it forward, and it latches right here and it gives you all the shade you would want on a nice hot day. Alright, so that's just a quick look at the boat. Now we're gonna go out and have some fun and actually run this thing. So stay tuned and we'll throw some clips in here of us running it up on plane, doing some turns and some